There is absolutely zero doubt in my mind. Rachel Meghan Markle was a semi-expensive yacht girl, and she knows it.
Many of you have seen this picture already. You see that there's Meghan with her Cajuna hat.
When Sarah Ferguson opened her mouth, this time the royal world froze. What she said wasn't gossip, it was dynamite.
Everything happened because of Fergie.
A single phrase that sent shockwaves. Through Buckingham Palace, blindsided Prince Harry and left Meghan Markle, facing one of the most explosive rumors in royal history.
Meghan Markle was introduced by Sarah Ferguson to Prince Harry.
It all began quietly, just a normal talk and a small smile from Fergie, until one reporter heard the words that changed everything. Meghan was Andrew's first client.
He said Miss Markle was a close companion to Prince Andrew.
Right away, the news spread everywhere. Social media went wild. In just a few hours, the phrase Meghan's yacht days was trending all over the world. But the most surprising thing was, this time, it wasn't just a secret rumor whispered in the dark.
Meghan Markle was introduced through Marcus Anderson to Sarah Ferguson.
Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess who's been silenced, pushed away, and made a comeback more times than any royal, was now hinting at something darker. And she wasn't stopping. Behind closed doors, Harry was said to be in shock. Palace staff panicked. Even the royal family's wall of silence began to crack. What did Fergie mean by first client? Why say it now? And what secret past could link Meghan Markle, the Hollywood actress turned Duchess, to Prince Andrew's scandalous circle?
According to people, she got started her yachting days and she never stopped really. I don't think any of her boyfriends knew about it, but Meghan Markle was known as a hardcore yacht partying person, ready for anything.
This wasn't just another royal drama. It was a story that could reopen the monarchy's deepest wounds. And as more people started to speak up, one question spread through every quiet hallway in Windsor. Did Fergie accidentally tell the truth, or did she light the spark that could burn everything down? Because what happened next, no one was ready for.
She was a yacht girl, that's right. It's mentioned in the book. Meghan used to entertain as a yacht girl. Now, I'm not saying it's true, I'm not saying it happened, but I am saying Harry knows it.
It started like any normal royal weekend, quiet charity lunches, polite smiles, and carefully practiced manners. But underneath all that calm, something big was about to happen. Whispers about Sarah Ferguson's unguarded words had already spread among a few insiders before the public even knew. At first, no one believed it. After all, Fergie had survived years of gossip and tabloid drama. She knew how one wrong word could start a fire. But this time, she didn't seem to care. At a private event in Mayfair, surrounded by old royals and a few curious reporters, Fergie reportedly said something that shocked everyone. With a sly smile, she said, "People forget Meghan's first royal connection wasn't Harry." The room went completely silent. Someone gave a nervous laugh, thinking it was a joke. It wasn't.
And I wonder if Prince Andrew's going to come out and say, "Hey, Harry, I did your wife quite a few times on yachts before you got her."
Those words spread faster than champagne could be poured. Within hours, palace phones buzzed nonstop. The phrase Andrew's first client jumped from gossip chats to Twitter. Harry didn't want to believe it. He'd heard rumors before, but this one hit differently. It came from inside, from someone who knew Andrew best. By midnight, reporters were linking Meghan's Hollywood past to Andrew's luxury yacht parties. The palace rushed to stay silent, while the media prepared for chaos.
And we also have this. This is Karina Shuliak, Epstein's girlfriend.
And the only times she traveled and went anywhere was with him. And guess who's on the other end with her Panama hat?
Behind the palace's golden doors, one silent question hung in the air. Was Fergie revealing a secret the royals had hidden? Or was she getting revenge? And if it was revenge, it was only the beginning. Before the royal crowns, big interviews, and Montecito mansions, Meghan Markle lived in a world built on ambition and connections. Hollywood wasn't kind to newcomers, and Meghan knew that better than anyone. Between small acting jobs, red carpet events, and charity galas, she carefully built her image, always smiling, always smart. But behind that perfect look was a deep desire to rise, to escape the crowd of dreamers in Los Angeles. Friends from her early days remember her charm and confidence, how she could walk into a room full of producers and leave with everyone knowing her name. She moved icily between business tycoons, celebrities, and even people with royal ties who showed up at the same fancy events.
Jeffrey Epstein was also Harvey Weinstein, very prominent. There were members. Meghan Markle was just one of the working girls for Soho House. Call girl, working girl, escort, whatever you want to call it. That's what she was.
Among these events were the elite yacht parties, fancy gatherings where deals, friendships, and reputations were made. They weren't as wild as tabloids said, but they weren't innocent either. Rumors claimed Meghan joined a few while building her name, hoping to meet the rich and powerful. There was no real proof, just old photos and whispers, but that haze of half-truths made Fergie's words explode. By linking Meghan's yacht days to Prince Andrew's world, Fergie didn't just gossip. She reshaped Meghan's past in the public's eyes. True or not, the story was powerful. In the royal world, what people think can be more dangerous than the truth, and Fergie
Prince
knew
Andrew,
it.
have you noticed how he completely avoids looking at Meghan Markle when she's around him or when she was around him?
To understand the shock of Fergie's words, you have to look at the complicated shadow of Prince Andrew, once seen as a royal hero, now known for scandal and disgrace. For years, Andrew lived a life of privilege, enjoying his royal title and his access to the world's elite. From luxury island trips to exclusive yacht parties across the Mediterranean, he represented royal excess. People who knew him described a man hooked on wealth, status, and the people who fueled both. But that perfect image soon collapsed. His ties with powerful businessmen and shady figures turned his name into poison. The friendship with Jeffrey Epstein, the disastrous TV interview each moment damaged his reputation even more. So, when Fergie's comment appeared, the world already saw Andrew as the royal family's weakest link, the one they couldn't defend. That's what made her words about Meghan so explosive. Linking her to Andrew wasn't just gossip, it was a bombshell. It connected the Duchess, already a divided figure in public eyes, to the darkest chapter in modern royal history.
And here we have Andrew, with whom looks like Marcus Anderson. This is in 2001, when Meghan Markle would have allegedly been on third year. Meghan Markle hardly spent any time at Northwestern University.
The simple idea that Meghan might have once crossed paths with Andrew's circle was enough to set tabloids on fire. For the royal family, it was a nightmare. Two of their most controversial figures suddenly tangled in one story. Andrew stayed silent, hidden from the spotlight. But Fergie's words brought his shadow back, hanging right over Meghan's carefully built image. Because when Andrew's name comes up, silence is no longer an option. And when Sarah Ferguson talks, people listen. This time, her words hit like lightning across royal society. During what was meant to be a private chat in a quiet London square, Fergie leaned in with her famous mischievous grin and said softly, "Let's just say Meghan was Andrew's first client." Her tone was light, almost playful, but the room froze. Those few words carried enough weight to ruin reputations. Within hours, her alleged comment leaked. By morning, reporters were everywhere, tearing apart every word. Did Fergie mean client as a joke about Meghan's networking? Or was she hinting at something darker, something buried in Andrew's past? No one knew, and that mystery only made the story explode.
And I know what you're going to say. Maybe it was just that one trip. No, there were quite a few trips. There's actually quite a lot of pictures about them. There are 2 pictures that leaked.
Fergie didn't confirm or deny her words. She just smiled. That knowing smile that hides more than it tells. Inside the palace, anger spread fast. PR teams scrambled to calm the storm, while whispers claimed Fergie had gone rogue again. But deep down, she knew exactly what she was doing. Fergie had built her life on the edge between confession and chaos. This wasn't a mistake, it was a spark she meant to light. By linking Meghan to Andrew's scandals, she changed the royal story completely. Meghan's silence looked suspicious. Harry's anger made sense, and the world waited for an answer that never came. Then one question echoed through the palace halls: why now? To understand that, you have to look at Fergie's long dance with the monarchy, a life of exile, comebacks, and survival. Every time she was pushed out, she smiled her way back in. So why mention Meghan now?
Could be also happening that the royal family is saying, hey, if you put a book out about Meghan Markle and completely destroy everything and really tell the people how Meghan met Harry.
Some say it was revenge. Fergie's payback for years of being treated like an outsider while Meghan was welcomed in. Others think she was taking back control, reminding everyone she still mattered. Maybe she was just playing her favorite game, stirring the media to steal back the spotlight. Or maybe she was protecting Andrew, creating a new distraction to draw the heat away. Whatever the reason, one thing's clear: Fergie knows timing. She survived every scandal by giving the press just enough truth to keep herself relevant. This time, she lit her biggest spark yet. With one sentence, she grabbed global attention, reopened royal wounds, and stepped back into the headlines. Strategy or desperation? Fergie proved once again she's the queen of chaos. By morning, Buckingham Palace was in quiet panic. No statements, no answers, only ringing phones and frantic meetings behind closed doors. The story had already slipped far beyond their control.
She'd been a Deal or No Deal girl. She was calling herself a model, and she was starring in a show Suits. She used to charge almost $30,000 per trip, which is why she was making good money. It wasn't on Suits, it was on her yachting trips.
Prince Harry was furious, but torn. The rumor had humiliated him in front of the world, yet he knew that losing his temper would only make it worse. Meghan pulled back from the spotlight, canceling appearances and avoiding cameras. Her team worked quietly behind the scenes, exploring possible legal action. While critics online celebrated the chaos, tension inside the Sussex circle was impossible to ignore. The sting wasn't just from the accusation. It was from who said it. Fergie wasn't a random gossip. She was family. Meanwhile, the senior royals kept their distance, pretending to stay neutral while tracking every headline. Behind palace doors, damage control became a full-time job. Advisors scrambled to shift attention toward charity work and royal duties, but the story refused to fade. The phrase "Andrew's first client" lingered in the air like smoke that wouldn't clear.
He also knows Meghan was on Jeffrey Epstein's yacht with Prince Andrew.
In the private halls of the palace, resentment was growing. Some called Fergie a traitor. Others whispered she had been set up. But everyone shared the same fear that another scandal, this time involving Meghan, could reopen the wounds left by Andrew's downfall. The monarchy depends on control, but now control was slipping away, and Meghan's silence only made things louder. By dawn, the royal machine ran on panic and protocol. Aides hurried through meetings, faces tense, folders marked urgent in hand, all pretending everything was fine. The golden rule, never explain, never complain, suddenly felt weak. Fergie's comment had exploded across the media, and once again, the royal family's image was under attack. Inside private offices, damage control began like a military operation. Advisors wrote careful no-comment statements while senior royals argued over whether to speak out or wait for the storm to pass. But the real problem wasn't publicity, it was trust.
This woman knows that she's in trouble with Fergie because she knows where Meghan Markle's bodies are buried. She knows that Meghan Markle has been yachting. In fact, they had friction because Meghan had originally set her sights on Prince Andrew, but she lucked out with the idiot Harry. Not in a million years did Meghan think that she was going to score Prince Harry. She thought she was going to score Andrew until Fergie put a stop to it.
Fergie's comment didn't come from an outsider. It came from one of their own. That betrayal hurt more than any headline could. Sources say Harry was shaken. He didn't know whether to confront Fergie himself or let the lawyers step in. Meghan stayed hidden, her silence only fueling more rumors. Inside the palace, tension was thick. Doors closed faster, voices dropped. Smiles looked forced. Every word felt dangerous. One slip could become tomorrow's front page. Courtiers tried to shift focus back to royal duties, but the public wasn't fooled. The story had grown too big. Every appearance, every photo carried the weight of unanswered questions. Behind the polished smiles, the royals were holding their breath, hoping the storm would fade like others before it. But this time felt different. The threat wasn't from outsiders, it came from within their own bloodline. As the dust slowly settles, one truth remains. This moment changed everything. What started as a careless comment from Sarah Ferguson has turned into a full-blown crisis of loyalty, image, and power.
In my opinion, in my analysis, and my experience of decades, this kind of analysis for me is the real deal. If a photo such as this of Meghan Markle with Prince Andrew years ago surfaces, that will be quite honest.
Meghan's silence hangs heavy. Harry's trust is cracked. The royals are once again fighting the ghosts they tried to bury. Maybe that's their curse. Every secret they hide always finds its way back to the light dot. So the question isn't if Fergie went too far, but what she's still hiding. Because if this is what she says in public, imagine what's whispered behind palace doors. This is where the truth breaks through the crown's silence. Stay curious, stay bold. In the royal world, nothing
Best
stays
line
private for long.
ever.